Look at that steam. Okay, so now it's time to make the lightly sweetened whipped cream. So if you'll follow me, grab your pint of heavy whipping cream and some sugar, and we're gonna make some homemade whipped cream. It's super easy. Let's go. Oh, whoa! While you're at it, like this video. Give Roscoe a like. Alright. Whipped cream, if you've never made it, is super easy. You can make it, you can hand beat it, you can use like an egg beater or something like that. I'm gonna use my KitchenAid stand mixer. But it's basically just whipping cream. Who knew? You just take some heavy whipping cream. This is 1 pint. 473 milliliters. Sounds funny. You could whip it plain. That would be fine, but you want a little sweetness. This is a dessert. So I'm going to go ahead and go with 2 tablespoons of white sugar. Costa sugar. Is that the same thing? That's what I hear people say. Alright, 2 tablespoons of sugar. Heavy whipping cream. Just liquid now, but this is all going to get whipped up with all the air. I'm going to lock it. Turn on low speed. Medium speed. Medium low. Just kind of let it go until there's more bubbles forming, then I'll turn it up higher. Alright. Then just beat that for like however many minutes it takes until whipped cream is made. Okay, while that's whipping, let's go ahead and just check out the biscuits, see if they look any different in the oven. Puffing up, we're getting puffy. Alright, we should let those go. I forgot, they don't like to be bothered. Once it gets going like this, it's just kind of sloshing around, so I'm going to turn it up all the way. We're going to try to beat as much air in there as possible. Alright, check it out. It's starting to form a cream. It's not quite, oops. Taste test, have to. Oh, it's perfect flavor. It's not quite as thick as I want it to be and whipped, so I'm just going to whip it a little bit more until it's a little stiffer of a whipped cream. But don't over whip. You do not want to over whip this because it'll just turn into like a watery butter. So let's just give it a little more of a whip. And honestly, I think that's it. I was afraid I was going to make watery butter there right after I told everyone not to. Yeah, that's going to be perfect on top of that strawberry shortcake. Just going to let this sit until everything else is done. So those are the 3 parts of the shortcake that we're making today. The cake, which is just a sugary biscuit, and the macerated strawberries, which are waiting in the fridge right now, and the what did I just make? The whipped cream, which we just made. So those are the 3 elements of this type of strawberry shortcake. I'm sure there are a million different ways that people grew up eating strawberry shortcake. I remember the one I grew up with my grandma making was more of just like an actual cake. I think it's some kind of sponge cake that people make strawberry shortcake as, but almost every recipe I see out there right now is a biscuit version, which is why I wanted to make this one. Seems to be pretty popular. But if you grew up with some other kind of shortcake, wherever you're from, let me know in the comments. I think that'd be really cool to see what everybody knows as strawberry shortcake, because this isn't exactly the kind I grew up with, but it's a kind I really like eating, so that's why I wanted to make it today. I'm just gonna wait because we got about 8 minutes left on the biscuits. You want to watch me wait? Okay, sounds good. And that's the timer on the shortcake, so I'm going to pop those out of the oven right now. Whew. Okay. Look at these flaky boys. And you know, right as I'm taking these out, I'm realizing the one thing I forgot to do that a lot of people do that I think is really cool. Before you bake them, brush the tops with cream or milk or some kind of liquid, and then sprinkle white sugar on top of the biscuits. That takes them from sugary biscuit into shortcake, which I think we're gonna get away with it this time because these are gonna be so good. I can already tell. It was a pretty wet dough, and we got some flaky action going on. I think these are gonna taste amazing. I'm gonna wait a few minutes for them to cool down, just so they're a little more bearable to touch. And then we're gonna crack them open, pop in some strawberries and some whipped cream. So we'll be back in a few minutes. All right, time for the macerated strawberries. These have been sitting in the sugar, getting all nice, sugary, and a little bit liquidy. Now, let me get a spoon because that'd be way more reasonable. Right now, I'm seeing a little juice. You see that? A little juice. Let's see if I can get some. A little juice at the bottom. Okay, it's definitely a little liquidy there. There we go. Okay, so they're giving up some of their juices. If this had had a half hour, an hour, or even just letting these sit in the fridge overnight, it would be much more of a syrupy sauce. And so definitely, if you have the chance, do the strawberries the day before, and then you'd have an even better strawberry shortcake the next day. But you can do this in just about 15 to 30 minutes. No big deal. One trick that I'm going to do right now, since they're not as juicy as I want them to be, I'm gonna smash them up a little bit with this like potato masher, just like a quarter of them or so. I'm just gonna give them a little squelch. All right, so that's gonna make them a little more saucy. So give that a stir. Okay. Here, want some? I'm just kidding, I'll give it to you instead. That's good, right? Okay, so those are the macerated strawberries. We've got the whipped cream made. Let me grab that. Bakes Uncut. Anyway, we've got the strawberries, got the whipped cream ready to rock. Let's plate these up. Which one do you want? What are you pointing at? This one? Okay. All right, let's see how flaky this one is. Let's see if we can get it to flake, to layer. Not perfect. Hot. Okay. Okay. We didn't flake it perfectly, so I want it, for presentation purposes, to be cut in half as much as possible. So, whew. Gonna do that. Let's try one more. This one's already pre-splitting. I'm gonna try my best. Work around it. Oh, look at the steam. Look at that steam. Okay. There's that. All right. Got 2 biscuits split in half. Gonna pile these high with some strawberries. And let's get some juice. Juice it up, yeah. Okay. Oh no. All right. Juice and berries on each one. I'll load that a little extra. All right, juice and berries. Just, of course, masterfully arranged on each of these. And we're gonna go with some whipped cream. Gonna dole that out. Oh. You know, it's almost like I made 2 for myself right here. What most people do is they just load up 1 and they top it. Oh, squoosh. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Strawberry shortcake in like 30 minutes. How long has this been? 30-ish minutes. Half hour, maybe less, maybe more. That's about it. It really doesn't take much to make strawberry shortcake. If you like this video, give it a like. Subscribe to my channel for more videos on bread, sourdough, pizza, other things. If you want to see me making more stuff like this, kind of not as much bread related, but still baking, let me know in the comments what you want to see. And right now we're gonna dig into these. Let's do it. Okay. Grant bakes, Grant eats. Oh my gosh, it's so good. That was Grant Bakes Uncut. Okay, cut.